My advice for fitness or anything in life is never stop learning. Even myself, I still constantly learn new things in fitness because I want to continuously get better. I want to get stronger. I want more endurance. I want to be able to increase my numbers on the lifts. So my goal is never stop learning. There are times I would give advice to other people based on my experience and based on what I learned. And then like a few months later, I might change it because I learned something new, or I learned that the current method I gave is not as effective as it could have been. There are times I would give advice to other people, and a few months later, I would change it because what I learned wasn't effective, or I learned something new that's even more effective. One thing I was told by many bodybuilders, it's on many bodybuilding websites, it's what's covered in my learning in the past, is to eat smaller but more frequent meals. Have you heard of eating 6 meals a day? Another example, when I train for myself, I used to always tell myself I got to breathe out during exertion and breathe in on the eccentric phase. That way I don't pass out, or I don't give myself a high blood pressure spike during the exercise. But now when I train, I purposely do a Valsalva maneuver, or take a big breath in to increase the intra-abdominal pressure and protect my spine better. I don't do that for every single set, and I don't suggest that to everyone. I'm going to be talking about bracing your abs to prevent lower back injury, spinal damage, or protect your organs if you have to take a punch to the gut and you cannot dodge it. Some trainers will tell their clients to just suck in your abs like you're trying to hide your belly fat. But I don't find that actually effective at all. If you suck in your abs, your ribcage is more exposed and you have less tissue that covers your organs. So if you suck in your abs, you're more likely to get injured if you were to take a punch to the gut. If you were to wear a weightlifting belt and you suck in your abs, you actually don't get any benefits from using the belt. The belt is meant for making the ab muscles harder. So what happens when the ab muscles gets harder when you brace it properly? It gets a little bit bigger. And then the ab muscles push against the belt. And that's what creates intra-abdominal pressure. Like, not to say that sucking in your abs, it's a bad exercise overall. It's better than doing no ab exercise at all. And sucking your abs also works out the stomach vacuum that some of the bodybuilders practice. But when it comes to protecting your lower back, it's best to just make the ab muscles as hard as possible, and you contract your pelvic floor muscles as hard as possible. Contracting your pelvic floor muscles is to prevent accidents if you really have to use the washroom. So in terms of martial arts, if you contract your pelvic floor muscles as hard as possible and brace your abs as hard as possible, you take a punch to the gut, and when you really have to use the washroom, then you're not going to take a crap in your pants. And one way to make the intra-abdominal pressure much higher is you take a big breath into the belly, you contract your abs, you contract the pelvic floor muscles, and that's what gives you maximum protection.